You can hear me. You're magic. Like me.
I don't know about magic. I always called it The Shining.
What elements do you think, we are a movie theater after all, make this such a great movie to watch in a theater?
You can't watch this anywhere else than in the theater. Just no. The scale, the largeness, the being lonely, the overlook, the sound, the woods. You can't feel that on your home screen.
The psychological thriller genre is still a genre where people go and see it in the cinemas, because there's nothing like being frightened with a bunch of people in a cinema and jumping out your seat with everybody and popcorn flying in the air. It's scary to watch, obviously, and I watched it with my daughter Jamian, and she watched it but behind my arm. So I watched it in the cinema like this, as she held my arm in front of her face like this, and she just watched the whole movie like that.
Can you describe what was like the collaborative process did you have in conversation with Stephen King?
Stephen, I think, because of The Shining, because of his experience with Kubrick, there was a robust discussion with him about, bringing the story back into the cinematic universe of Kubrick, which he had very strong feelings about. Once we had his blessing, and without it I wouldn't have done the film at all, but once we had that, he then very intentionally backs away. In the movie, he wants to be yours, for better or worse. And as Stanley Kubrick learned, he's not going to be shy if he doesn't like what you did. That's where kind of the big panic came for me. But thankfully, he loved the film, and it's completely surreal.
Hey there, AMC fans, and welcome to the Thursday Ticket. We are coming to you live from the AMC studios, where all we do is talk about the movies you want to go see this weekend. My name is Sergio, and I'm here today with Ryan.
How's it going?
Fantastic,
Thanks for having me
dude.
back on the show.
Can't complain one bit.
Can you believe we're back on the show together to talk about another Stephen King movie this year?
That's right, because the last time we were on the show, we were talking about It Chapter 2. Now it's Dr. Sleep.
The follow-up to The Shining.
I love it. No, there are so many movies to talk about this weekend.
Yes.
So get ready. This is a fun-filled, packed show. But like we do every show, we start off with the question of the week, and the question of the week directly ties into the movie that's going to be the #1 movie this weekend, Dr. Sleep. So Ryan, let them know what that question is.
So we want to know what your favorite movie based on a Stephen King book is.
Mm-hmm.
So let me kick that to you, Sergio. What's your favorite Stephen King movie?
There is the ultimate array of movies that we could talk about.
We've been going through it all day.
You can go from It to Cujo to, Tommyknocker, like anything you want to talk about. Any scary movie that you've seen.
Stephen King has 2 killer car movies.
Yeah,
he has
exactly.
Maximum Overdrive and Christine.
Exactly. So there is no shortage of films to talk about. But I will say, and this is not a cop-out, because you guys know you loved it too, I love 2017's It. Now, I thought the movie was phenomenal. I mean, it gave me everything I wanted from a horror movie. It was scary, great story. It was just so good. And the box office was there. $124 million later, opening weekend, it was there to show. So yes, It Chapter 1, or It, is my go-to.
Yeah, it is hard to argue against it. It's a fantastic movie, but I have to go with the classic Pet Sematary.
Oh gosh, of course.
Gabe still haunts my dreams. He destroyed my childhood and made me afraid to be around kids. Luckily, I had one and got over it, but I have to go with Pet Sematary.
Yeah, that movie was really good, and the remake was good too.
Yeah.
It was.
That was this year too.
Yes. Stephen King is on a roll, and I saw Creepshow the other day while I was scrolling through stuff. It's like nonstop.
The original Creepshow, while not based on a book of his,
but
he
that's
wrote
okay.
a great anthology.
Great. So, what are you guys saying? Let us know. We're curious to see exactly what it is that you're what you're saying. But with that, we are going to start talking Dr. Sleep in our weekend movie guide. So let's get right to it. So we're here. It's Thursday. The movie opens tonight, 7 p.m. And dare I say, it's been how many years in the making?
39?
39, right? Because the original was 1980.
Yes.
So this is a direct sequel to The Shining. But yeah, no, it's good times.
Yeah, we're going back to the Overlook. This is a version that Stephen King is putting his stamp of approval on, and unlike he did not like the Kubrick version, but the director has a lot to live up to
This
with
is true.
Steam and Kubrick.
This is true. I mean, so we're going to kick it over to a video right now that talks about how the director had to live up to Mr. King's expectations. The pressure is on not to disappoint.
Yes.
The world is a hungry place. A dangerous place.
These people, they hurt people like us.
You know, Mr. King writes so impeccably well, and his description of character is all on the page. So it's all down to how much can I use.
I'm a constant reader. I've been a Stephen King fanatic since I was a kid. He's my hero. One of the things that always was difficult for me to reconcile was kind of this distance that existed between the novel The Shining and Kubrick's film. As someone who idolized both of these men so much and kind of loved both of these visions of the story, it was always really difficult. It was daily anxiety and the kind of the most pressure I felt day to day.
The world does not deserve Mike Flanagan. He's so sweet. He gave us so much creative freedom, which I'm so grateful for. He had a meeting with me and Mr. Ewan, and he talked to us about our characters, asked if we wanted to add anything, and I am so happy I got to work with him. He's so talented. He's amazing.
So the pressure is on. Ryan, what are people saying? What movies are they most excited?
Well, Lori's calling out Carrie. I can't believe we forgot about that one.
True.
Jerome has The Shining and Misery. We have another call
those are
out for
great.
Misery from Bridget, and Joseph is saying It. I think that we need to dig in a little bit more to the drama side of Stephen King. Little Shawshank, A Green Mile.
True that. That's right.
He's done it all.
I'm telling you, the roster, you can keep unraveling the scroll. It's just never ending.
It's fantastic.
But we're here. Dr. Sleep is hitting our theaters this weekend. So I'm very excited about the film. We get to see Danny as an older man, right? So
Yes.
Ewan McGregor hasn't been in a movie, I think, in a little bit now. Since when?
He hasn't been since Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin, a couple of years ago, right? Disney's
yeah.
Christopher Robin.
And we get to see him tackle a horror role, which I'm very excited about. But Danny himself has to face up to the fact that he has the shining power.
So what is The Shining? Do you guys know what The Shining is? I mean, do you know what The Shining is?
Yeah, so it means you're a little sixth sense. You see dead people, you know the
Thanks.
future, you know the past.
Yeah, you're special.
But I would be afraid to have this shining power, not only because I don't want to hang out with a dead Bruce Willis, but I don't want this cult to chase after me and suck the power out of my mouth.
I agree. And that's exactly what we see in this movie, where Ewan McGregor has The Shining and he comes across this other individual, this young girl who also has The Shining. And he's made it a point to protect her from this cult that is going around killing people with the power, with The Shining. And you see it straight in the trailer, where Rebecca Ferguson is looking down at this woman, and you can see her sucking the spirit or life out of her and consuming it, which is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, and the special effects in that are fantastic. You see the kind of soul apparition fill her eyeballs. It's incredible. I can't wait to see Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, no, very excited about it. But that's not the only movie we're talking about in the Weekend Movie Guide. The next movie, and this is the perfect weekend for it, Veterans Day weekend, no better movie to go watch than Midway.
The king of holiday action films is back. Roland Emmerich, the director of Independence Day,
True that.
is bringing us Midway.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you guys know Roland Emmerich for not just Independence Day, but A Day After Tomorrow.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many big movies that he's done, and this movie is huge in scale.
Yeah, and everybody is in it. Nick Jonas is in this movie.
Yes. There is actually, I think when you look at everybody under the sun, right, you've got Nick Jonas, you've got Mandy Moore,
Woody Harrelson.
You've got Luke Evans. Who else?
everybody. Everybody. We'll just say everybody.
Scrine, right? Scrine's in the movie. Like, it's just nonstop.
Yeah.
But we do have a video that we want to shoot it over to you where the cast can tell you a little bit more.
Yeah, we
about
hung
the
out
film.
with the cast in Hawaii.
It was Hawaii, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
check it out.
You'll remember this moment for the rest of your life.
I'm really somebody who really wanted to, with this movie, honor, like kind of sailors and fighters and pilots who did these incredible things and defended our world from, fascism.
Man, my family's Navy, so my grandfather was in this war. My uncles were Navy lifers in the Navy, so for me it felt like doing them a service, and just being a part of it was, and this story is beautiful, so yeah, all of that.
Both my grandparents fought for Britain in the army and the air force, and one of them left Nazi-occupied Austria as a political refugee, so my life has been shaped incredibly by the Second World War.
I have such tremendous, we both do, but tremendous amount of respect for all our service members, and when you get, this is the way that we honor them. This is what we do for a living, and we get to do something that we love. And when you're able to honor your country in a fashion like this, I never served. This is the closest I get. If I can do that with a heavy heart and a little bit of talent, then that's going to make me happy.
I think that one of the reasons we told this story was not just to honor this greatest generation, but also the current American military is bearing this incredible burden over the last bunch of years that to some extent, unfortunately, is not being as acknowledged as it should. So to show the kind of courage and sacrifice, not just in the past, but in the current moment of the people on the front lines was really important to all of us.
We'd be remiss if we didn't mention Dennis Quaid. I mean, we were just having such a good time. We're like, oh my God, who else? There was somebody else who we forgot. It was Dennis Quaid. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that's not the only movie. We have more. Last Christmas is coming out.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
And it features the music of George Michael that you were just singing.
Absolutely right.
But let's hear Paul Feig talk about it in this video.
Here we are. Is this the bit where you murder me?
So what is it that you do?
I sing.
Oh, it's amazing.
Anyway, boring.
I'm not bored.
I discovered this whole world of songs that worked so perfectly with the movie, even beyond what we originally thought we were going to have.
You like? You're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. You're made of everything you do.
You can't beat it! Knowing that Emma Thompson knew George and had met with him and had told him about the film and pitched it to him and he'd read a treatment and he loved it and loved the idea of it and wanted to be involved with the music. It just felt that his DNA was within this story.
Wardrobe change.
What? I mean, we're wearing the same thing.
As you can tell, Ryan and I obviously like to shop at the same retailers.
You make it look good, Sergio.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. No, actually, we don't shop at the same retailers. We're wearing this for a reason, right? So we've been known to give away prize packs on the show, and we've got a pretty killer prize pack that we want to announce right now. So one lucky viewer is going to win this prize pack.
Yeah.
What comes with it? Right, so we got these really nifty,
2 sweaters,
ugly Christmas sweaters. Dare I say they're? I think they're not that ugly. I like them.
So you can match your significant other when you go see Last Christmas in theaters, and then you can take your coffee mugs, and we've got 4 Christmas ornaments to decorate your tree. It's going to be a Last Christmas.
So if you want to look cool like us, all you have to do is answer this.
We want to know, all you have to do is name 3 Paul Feig movies in the comments below. That's it. Super easy. Dial up those IMDb's right now.
Now, the movie looks really great. I mean, you've got Emilia Clarke, you've got Henry Golding, and, we've just left Halloween, right? And we've got all these holidays to come. I couldn't think of a better way to kick off this weekend than going to see a movie that, you're going to leave feeling really good. It's a feel-good movie.
It's one that you need to take your entire clan to, get your entire family, and start your holidays off right with Last Christmas. I am really excited to see your reaction to this movie. I think it's another Christmas classic. I'm going to dare say it. It reminded me a lot of Love Actually.
Wow, that's a big comparison there.
A mandatory Christmas viewing in the works.
Wow, very nice, very nice. So make sure you continue letting us know. Again, we're looking for 3 Paul Feig movies, winner chosen at random later on. Now, I'm starting to get just a little bit hot, but I don't think it's because of the sweater. It's probably because we're going to talk about playing with fire.
Yeah, John Cena is following the footsteps of The Rock, and he is a firefighter that collects these 4 kids and has to deal with them. But you don't have to take that from me. Let's hear it from the cast in this video.
NHT.
T. How did you make fighter fluid?
Children are human beings. They're their own individual human being. So they have their own opinions, their own ideas, their own perspectives. You shepherd them and nurture them, but you want them to become their own individual. So the same way that a fire is alive, you have to kind of corner it and let it do its thing.
And Jake is such a control freak. He's scared to open up because he's never had essentially a source to open up to. These lives that are brought into his own are not of his control. You just have to kind of let them go until they're worn out.
I have a son and a daughter, so I see wildfires happening in the house at any given moment. And you could see that analogy that you can't just contain it. You got to figure out a strategy, and sometimes it's just letting it run its course and figuring it out. But I love that, and from the very beginning, I love that about the script.
Boom boom.
Boom boom. What's boom boom? Don't look at me. Don't do it, or I'm gonna.
So the movie looks like it's a fun time with the family. I gotta say, like you said earlier, I think it's pretty cool that John Cena is not too big to be in any kind of movie, right? I mean, and he's following the formula that The Rock followed, because The Rock's been in family-friendly movies too. So kudos to John Cena. The movie looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's make sure you catch it this weekend.
Yeah, one day, John, you're going to have your own Jumanji. Don't worry.
That'll happen. Very, very true.
But that's going to take us into Hollywood news.
So there are a lot of things happening in Hollywood, right? And a lot of things that we want to clue you in on that you need to take advantage of. So the first being which one?
We have this amazing event for Charlie's Angels this Wednesday. You get to see the movie a day early, but that's not it. If you go to our Girls Night Out event with all of your girlfriends, you get a package of hair ties and a download of the amazing soundtrack.
That's pretty killer. So you get to watch the movie a day early, take home a soundtrack and hair ties. That's awesome.
And see an amazing action movie.
And is there going to be a movie feature drink to this, you think?
There is a movie feature drink.
So
we've got your night planned.
You got it all planned. You are good to go. Another big announcement that we want to put out there. Frozen 2 tickets went on sale this week, and boy, have they been flying off the shelves. I dare say, just in looking at the numbers, that this movie is going to rival Lion King's numbers. So as big as Lion King was, expect Frozen to be right there with it.
Yeah, I think it's going to destroy the box office records of the original.
Oh, yeah.
And you do not want to let this one go. But we also have an amazing event. We listened to your comments, and we've taken our fan event and we've moved it to the Saturday after opening rather than the Thursday to be more accommodating to families.
That makes sense. It's a kids movie. Families got to go and they can make it to the theater.
Yeah, and not only are you going to be able to see this movie with your family, everybody can dress up as their favorite Frozen character, and you get to see it in Dolby Cinema and get a exclusive Dolby pin to take home for Frozen.
That's awesome. So take advantage, buy your tickets to Frozen, and do the fan event in Dolby Cinema while tickets are still available, because again, they are going quick. We have another set of movies that tickets are going on sale for tomorrow. 21 Bridges, I'm very excited about, right?
Yes.
Chadwick Boseman is back, and the movie takes place in my hometown, New York. I love it. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and this one is from the Russo brothers. So teaming back up with the star of Black Panther.
There you go.
This is going to be an exciting action movie.
Yep, and then the next one that we have going on sale tomorrow is The Good Liar, featuring Helen Mirren and Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen, thank you.
Yes, Magneto himself taking on Helen Mirren.
And now, beyond tickets on sale, there are a ton of trailers that dropped this week. The first one that we were so excited about talking about during the break, Bad Boys for Life.
Yes, Christmas came early.
Can't wait. That movie's going to be great.
This was a Red Band trailer, and you've got Martin Lawrence and Will Smith back in the Porsche again, driving all over LA. I am a huge fan of this franchise, and I'm so excited.
The movie is going to give you exactly what you want. You haven't seen these guys on the big screen since the last one, really, a long time ago. And it's going to give you cars, it's going to give you guns, it's going to give you money, good story, action, anything you want out of it it's coming, and it's coming big.
And a banging soundtrack.
And a banging soundtrack, true. The next trailer that dropped today, which I was super excited about, The Invisible Man.
Yes, I am a huge original Universal horror fan. So those movies with the original Universal monsters took a different look at the story. They were an analogy for things that were going on in the world at the time, and they made monsters kind of tell that story.
Deep.
Universal has gone back to that formula, and the Invisible Man looks amazing.
Now, a few years ago, you guys may have remembered that Universal dropped The Mummy, and that was supposed to be a part of the Dark Universe. I'm not exactly sure if this movie will tie in directly to the Dark Universe or if it's a standalone, but I can tell you this. You watch that trailer and go watch it after the show. It is awesome. It starts off leading you to believe that it's this spiritual horror type movie, to then telling you it's not quite what you think it might be, and it turns ugly. So the movie looks awesome. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and the next one that we have is Wendy, from the director of Beasts of the Southern Wild. I've been waiting for him to come back for years, and he's back with Wendy, a twist on the Peter Pan fairy tale.
I love it. I'm watching the trailer and I'm thinking, boy, this is a story of how the Lost Boys became the Lost Boys. It's incredible, and it's so whimsical and magical. It looks phenomenal.
But it's still grounded in reality.
Absolutely, absolutely. Another trailer that dropped was The Photograph.
Yes, and guys, get your tickets now, because this Valentine's Day movie is going to be the one to see. Set those reminders.
Absolutely. And the very last trailer we're going to talk about is Disney Pixar's Soul. Now, I'm excited for this movie. I mean, just seeing the teaser that I saw was just incredible. It reminds me of Inside Out, which was a great movie in and of its own. And this movie, like you were saying to me, has a bunch of different themes.
Yes, so it's really kind of pushing the envelope once again for Pixar. And I think they're making a movie not only for kids, but for adults too. And it's going into the life of a jazz musician. And if we see from the trailer, maybe a little bit of spoiler, but I think he dies, and then we see
his soul. You see his soul.
Yeah.
So lots of great trailers to go check out. Make sure you see them on our social channels. We are going to start talking some independent movies, right? So let's get to our AMC Artisan Spotlight. So the first AMC Artisan film we are going to talk about is Parasite.
Yes, director Bong Joon-ho is back. He made Barking Dogs Don't Bite, he made Snowpiercer and Mother, and now he has made his masterpiece. The critics are going crazy for Parasite.
They're going nuts, and not just the critics. I mean, I haven't seen it. I'm dying to see it, but a lot of coworkers, people like colleagues that I have seen it, and they've said that this movie, bar none, is one of the best movies they've seen all year. It is spoken in Korean, right?
Yes, so it's going to be a shoe-in for Best Foreign Film, but this movie is going straight to the top. It will have a Best Picture nomination.
And it deals with, class, commentaries. I think the movie's about a poor Korean family who infiltrates this rich Korean family's home by way of jobs, whether it's tutoring or serving them in one way or another, because they want to experience and see how the other side lives. But then they find out that things aren't exactly what they thought it was going to be like, and some mysterious things happen. There's a lot of controversy behind it. So make sure you check out Parasite.
Yeah, and let's check out this video right now.
너 그치. 나 잘 어울려?
구라를 좀 치지 뭐. 부잣집 거예요. 돈도 많이 줘.
이 넥시구단 참 잘 쏘가, 그지?
우리도 뭔가 준비를 해야겠다.
너는 계획이 다 있구나.
내가 원래 손을 넘는 사람을 제일 싫어하는데.
오늘 이거 애들 아빠한테 꼭 비밀로 해주세요.
그래도 사랑하시죠?
그럼 우리 바로 진행하는 거야?
나 이제 사람을 못 믿잖아.
절대 실패하지 않는 계획이 만전하네. 무계획이야, 무계획.
Now, the next Artisan film we want to highlight is Pain and Glory.
Yeah, Antonio Banderas and Penelope Cruz are coming back together and teaming up with the director of The Skin I Live In.
That's right, director Pedro Almodóvar. He's internationally acclaimed, and he obviously likes working with, you know, some of the same talent. And from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of Oscar buzz behind some performances in the movie. So make sure you catch it, Pain and Glory, at an AMC theater near you.
Yeah, and another Artisan film coming straight to you is Jojo Rabbit. That is
so
also
good.
on a million
So good.
shortlists for Oscars, and gives me the chance to swoon over Sam Rockwell again. He is an amazing performance in this.
The movie's directed by Taika Waititi. It screened at TIFF at the Toronto International Film Festival and walked away with the People's Choice Award, which should tell you something about the accolades and the critical acclaim that the movie's getting. So make sure you see that one for sure.
Yeah, and check out this clip from the junket that we were invited to.
What's wrong, little man?
They call me a scared rabbit.
Let them say whatever they want. People used to say a lot of nasty things about me. Oh, this guy's a lunatic. Oh, look at that psycho. He's gonna get us all killed.
The tone of the script is so uniquely Taika. You know, it has that incredible balance of poignancy and then like absurdity. You know, the audience has this experience where they're total jovial and like laughing at this slapstick comedy, and then you're just hit with something that's so profound and disturbing.
Taika would have to find that tone in the editing room, really, and we were just going to give him as much as we could to arm him, you know, and so play a scene a little more chilling or a little more broad, you know, and just give him some flavors to have. And I certainly was surprised when I saw the finished thing how well he had, you know, juggled that tone, and that, you know, you start off laughing, and by the end, I think, you know, me, even as someone who read the script, I was getting very emotional and choked up.
As a filmmaker, I do want to make things that are meaningful and important, and I think all of my films do have some sort of social message or an emotionality to them that I feel makes them important. And yeah, even though some would say, oh, the comedies. Comedies are the most important thing to the best films in the world.
And you can find all these amazing Artisan films at amctheaters.com. But before we end the show, we want to talk to you about our exclusive offers.
Okay, so earlier when we were talking about Last Christmas, we did preview that we were going to give away an awesome prize pack for the movie. And in order to win the prize pack, you had to answer the one question, and that question was what?
Just name 3 Paul Feig movies. That was it. And we have a winner for that.
We're excited to announce the winner. And our winner for the sweeps
is Zanny Chu.
Yes, Zanny Chu. You have won the prize pack. Congratulations. We'll be in touch with you to get your information so that we can mail it out. But congratulations. You can have an ugly sweater Christmas party.
Yeah, and I'm proud of you. You named 3 movies, Spy, Ghostbusters, and Bridesmaids.
Correct. All right, so we do have some sweepstakes that we want our viewers to take advantage of. The first one tying in directly to Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, you get to go back to the hotel that started it all and enjoy a murder mystery dinner. Airfare, everything will be covered. All you have to do is buy tickets at amctheaters.com or on the AMC Theaters app this opening weekend.
Awesome. Take advantage. no better way than just all you have to do is watch the movie and you'll be entered in to win.
The hotel is the most classic thing about The Shining and the series, so being able to visit is a once-in-a-lifetime offer.
The next offer you want to take advantage of ties in directly with Playing with Fire. All you have to do, AMC Stubs members out there, buy tickets opening weekend to the film, and you could be entered to win a family vacation of your choice. So again, all you got to do is buy tickets to Playing with Fire this weekend.
And it is Veterans Day weekend, and we want to salute our soldiers. So if you are a Stubs member and go to amctheaters.com and buy tickets, we will give you a free large popcorn for showings after 4 p.m.
Perfect. So I think that does it. I mean, we talked about all kinds of movies. There are some horror movies in there, some family movies, romantic comedies, some action movies, AMC Artisan films that you could take advantage of. I mean, there's anything and everything. This is a perfect opportunity for you to become an A-list member. If you're not an A-list member, you can get free movies, right? 3 a week, 12 a month. Get your membership done so you can take advantage of weekends just like this one.
And you can get tickets to all of these movies on the AMC Theaters app or amctheaters.com.
That's right. So I think that more or less does it for this week. Next week, we've got several films we want to highlight. Ford versus Ferrari and Charlie's Angels. So you know exactly where to see us every Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. Pacific.
And if you're looking for more content, make sure to follow us on all of our social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, everywhere. Thank you for having me back on the show, Sergio.
Oh, no,
so much
absolutely,
fun doing
dude.
it with
This
you.
is, it's totally awesome. And thank you guys for tuning in again. This is a great weekend. Go celebrate. Veterans out there, thank you for your service. We will see you next week.
Bye.